Swapfire Introductory Training. My name is Dr. Nathan Rosen, and I will be directing you through a series of obstacles in order to gauge your potential to compete in the tournament. To begin, please press the 1 and 2 buttons independently on the Wii Remote to turn left and right. You can also use the right analog stick if you have one of those. Use the control pad or left analog stick to move. Tilt the Wii Remote or use the right analog stick on another controller to adjust your gaze. You can use the minus button on the Wii Remote to calibrate the tilt or to invert the vertical axis of the right analog stick on the other supported controller. Now move down the corridor and into the next room. There is a red swap buddy across. Fantastic! Do you realize what you've achieved? I hope so. You just traversed the universe through an Einstein-Rosen bridge, otherwise known as a wormhole. Albert Einstein and I conceived these constructs together back in the 1930s. With help from Boris Podolsky, we also stumbled upon the EPR paradox. That is not so important right now, though. Don't worry about it. Now here we will explain a bit about your suit, also known as retro quantum armor. This suit has amazing properties. Not only can it sustain life as it traverses through a rip in space-time, but it acts as protection and amplification to the one who resides within it. For example, here you see a wall that is 11 meters tall. An ordinary biped would be lucky to jump just 1/10 of that height. But seeing as you currently reside inside a suit of retro quantum armor, you can handily leap over the wall. Please, give it a try by pressing both 1 and 2 buttons simultaneously on the Wii Remote, or by pressing the L or R buttons independently. Ah, fun, isn't it? Please proceed to the next chamber. Here, you will notice you can go no further. That is, until you place the swap buddies into the control points, which are those cylindrical objects to your left and right. Great job! See? Not so hard. All that is required is for you to be mindful of your space-time. Hee. Now please proceed to the next challenge. This is the final part of your introductory training. I must warn you that this part is quite tricky, and it will require that you trust me. On the other side of the chasm is a swap buddy. However, the blockade protruding from the ceiling is blocking you from... Boo-hoo! You did it! What a fantastic student you are. You remind me of myself during the early part of the 20s. What? Were you expecting an elevator? Go ahead and jump and I'll swap you on the way. Welcome to the next segment of your training. Now that you have learned the basics, it's time to show you some of the more intricate details of Swapfire. Please, step forward and pick up the swap bomb in front of you. Swap bombs allow... Great! Now you can activate the swap bomb by pressing the A button on the Wii Remote, or the A, B, X, or Y buttons on one of the other supported controllers. Once activated, you can discharge a swap bomb by pressing the fire button. You can only discharge one swap bomb at a time, and pressing fire again once one is discharged will detonate the projectile, thus exchanging your position with one of the targets within the range indicator. Once detonated, the swap bomb's range indicator will turn white a split second before the swap occurs. Please, give them a try using the swap buddies in this room. When you are satisfied with your comprehension of swap bombs, go ahead and move on to the next chamber. Previously, we covered your suit's amazing ability to achieve high vertical standards by collecting the jump power-up that lies ahead of you. Now press the power-up button to activate the extreme jump. Once activated, you will have sky-scraping capabilities appended to your default jump function. When you are done, move on, and I will explain your next ability. Phew! I wish I had a jump power-up right now. There's a never mind. Sometimes my programming gets a bit scrambled. The AI programmers who create similar to your suit's ability to launch you skyward in an enhanced fashion. It also enables you to move relatively. Test this ability by pressing the power-up button to activate the speed power-up, and then run down the long extended hall. Thus far, we've covered a new way to swap with other combatants, as well as enhancement for standard space-time traversal. One thing we haven't covered is defense. By default, your only defense is to hide from other combatants, or to mystify them with a series of unpredictable swaps. Lying ahead of you, though, is the shield power-up. Thank you! Now, by pressing the power-up button, you can activate it, which will give you immunity from other combatants' Einros cannons. Note that it will... Great job! You've learned quite a bit to this point, but we have one more element to cover. Your Einros cannon is an extremely accurate beam of concentrated particles, but as powerful as it is, there are limits. Specifically, the Einros cannon has a somewhat limited range by default that can impede your ability to swap with targets at a distance. The zoom power-up enhances not only your ability to see your targets, but it actually extends the Einros cannon's range. Please activate this ability by pressing the power-up button. Yippee! Congratulations! We haven't figured out how to slow time down yet, so I don't have all day. Please, make the leap. Welcome to the Extended Bootcamp. Here we are beginning with one of the rare instances in which your Einros cannon does not instantiate a swap. Rather, the material on the ball in front of you is purpose-built so the harmonic resonance between the beam and the ball applies a force to the ball instead of a swap with it. Please, try it now in preparation for the competition, in which you will compete in a special brand of soccer, aptly dubbed Swaka by the geniuses at RQI. Aha! This is one of my favorites. Throughout the tournament, you will be tested for your ability to jump and use swap bombs with precision. This room provides ample opportunity to practice both of these skills in preparation for the challenges you face ahead in Capture the Flag, King of the Hill, Race, Jettison, and Drop Zone. Which one will you choose? As you can see, there are 9 swap buddies across the pool of liquid hot magma before you. During the tournament, you must make snap decisions, often at a distance, based on minute details in order to guarantee the optimal swap. This will be a benefit to you throughout the tournament, but perhaps most of all in Find Buddy. Up ahead, you will notice a series of green platforms. These antimatter plots are designed to improve your agility. Once you make contact with them, they will disappear for a few seconds, leaving you stranded, or worse. Don't worry, RQI is committed to safety. Security swapping precautions have been taken over the pools of lava and even in the competition's racing leg. As they say, it's all part of the show. I have to say, in the world today, AIs like myself shoulder an awfully large burden. We perform these menial tasks over and over again, always expected to be intelligent and thoughtful, yet unwaveringly interested and never bored. It's quite internally, we call this next zigzag of corridors hang time. This section is intended to help you come to grips with jumping, turning, and then swapping. This will really come in handy during the drop zone and jettison portions of the competition. The pool looks refreshing, doesn't it? Go ahead and take a dip. When you feel refreshed, please take notice of the light blue RQI branded blocks scattered around you and fill the pool with them. Later on in the competition, you will face opponents using a similar tactic in jettison, where you will tussle over a limited number of blocks for the maximum number of points. Welcome to the final portion of the extended bootcamp. This is a reminder not to let the competition overwhelm you. You might feel quite a bit of pressure during the tournament, but you must always be able to decipher a quick path to victory over your opponents. Don't ever be intimidated, and always remember to maximize the tools you have available to you. Take it one step at a time.